again, everyone. I'm Paul the Nitro Corner, feeling much better and ready to roll. And welcome once again to another edition of the Nitro Corner. We got an interesting show today, as I'm going to bring you up two topics that I want to digest for you fans and digress with you as well. Big words. The first topic I want to talk about is how personal of a promo can you get? Is there any limits to it? And second, I want to talk about Sting passing over the power to the real Hulk Hogan. Let's get started. There's an old adage in professional wrestling that Jerry the King Lawler once wrote in his autobiography, and it states as simple: personal matters sell. Now, yes, granted, people bring up their personal lives, does sell tickets, but does it go too far? Well, unfortunately, the answer is yes. There are two different types of going too far, two completely opposites of the spectrum that makes you go, that's too far. Or as I like to go, the really syndrome, as I like to call it, the really syndrome. There's this one side where it goes, really? And then there's this other side going, really? Let's digress on this. On the first part of it, the really syndrome, let's talk about Chris Jericho's comments lately on CM Punk. And granted, they have gone way, way too far. I mean, the talk about CM Punk's dad being an alcoholic. That is none of your business, Jericho. And what is that supposed to do? Sell tickets for your match against CM Punk by mentioning that his dad was an alcoholic? That is none of your business. Absolutely none of your business. And then to go 1 week later, not only deliver a fake apology, which you never meant anyway, but go out there and say CM Punk's sister has a substance abuse problem. Really? I mean, that is really none of your business, Jericho. Really, it's absolutely none of your business. It has absolutely nothing to do with the sport. And once again, you made it way too personal, and it becomes disgusting at best. CM Punk certainly will have more than enough ammunition to take you out at WrestleMania. But therein lies the first part of the really syndrome, where it goes way, way too far. I mean, why bring up someone's personal past like that for the whole world to see? That's none of y'all's business. Absolutely not. I don't bring up my personal life to you people, to you fans, and I expect you the same, not to bring up your personal past to me. And that's fine, and there's the line, and I don't want to cross it, and you all don't want to cross it with me. That's fine, that's cool. But Chris Jericho likes to cross the line with CM Punk, to take it that far, to say that his dad was an alcoholic, that his CM Punk's sister has a substance abuse problem. Really? That never needed to be brought up, Jericho. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You ought to be ashamed of yourself, but obviously he ain't. And he'll probably deliver some fake-ass apology this Monday night on Raw, and then tell CM Punk some other dirty little secret. Really? You don't have to go there, Jericho. You crossed the line. Now, on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, the really syndrome, the other side of, I think that's a little too personal for you to bring that up. Let's talk about Daniel Bryan and AJ's promo from this past Friday. Did we really have to know that AJ really loves Daniel Bryan? I mean, really? Do we have to know all the personal details? The fact that Daniel Bryan likes to be called Danny? That AJ no relation to AJ Styles, thank God. That AJ actually spooned Daniel Bryan. Wait a minute. She spooned him? Are you sure she that pure to give that up? And you know exactly what I'm talking about. Spooning her? What's he been spooning her? Vanilla pudding? Come on. I mean, that's kind of a little much, don't you think? On top of all that, he is a great lover. Really? Did we have to bring out the Barf Bag again? I mean, come on, I don't want to know that Daniel Bryan is a great lover. He's already annoyed up as is with his yes, yes, and all that crap for AJ to come out there and say, oh, he's a great lover. I spooned him. Come on. I mean, really? Did we really have to know that? Good God. I mean, and there again, just a little too much information for us to digest. Please, can you keep that in the behind the scenes in the bedroom, please? I mean, I don't want to really know that Daniel Bryan is a great lover. That AJ spooned Daniel Bryan, if it's true, I don't really care. Really? And what is that going to prove to Daniel Bryan? That he's, oh man, he's me Thor, me Tarzan, you Jane? Really? I sit there laughing how pathetic that promo is. And there once again proves that sometimes promos go a little too far for the fans to digest. With the Chris Jericho promo, and on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, AJ professes her love and her spooning for Daniel Bryan, or Danny Bryan, or whatever the hell he wants to call himself. God, give me a break. Okay, now that I got that off my chest, folks, personal matters does sell, but it does go too far. That's the bottom line. I want to relate on that. Excuse me there. Next up, this past Thursday on Impact, I saw Sting. We all saw Sting officially give up his role as GM of TNA Impact to focus his attention on being a wrestler. Well, that's all fine and dandy, but Sting, who do you give your power to? Who do you want to give your power to? Not someone with real experience and knowing how to run a promotion like a Jim Cornette, like a Paul Heyman, like a Teddy Long, if he was a free agent. No, you want to give it to the real Hulk Hogan. After I heard those 4 words, click, turned it right off. Really, TNA? You want to get Sting to give his power of GM to Hulk Hogan? How many times do I have to tell you about the real Hulk Hogan? The real Hulk Hogan is a facade. It's a sham. All he wants is the money. That's all he wants is the money. Yeah, don't you think for 1 second Hulk Hogan won't switch back to the bad side? Back to the days when he was Hollywood. And yes, he may be getting up in his years, but that won't surprise me if he decides to go back to the dark side, brother. The dark side. I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him. Sting, do me a favor, will you? Please, we go back to day 1, man. Day 1. Do me a favor. Don't give the power to the real Hulk Hogan. You don't know the real Hulk Hogan. Trust me on this, Sting. You may know the real Hulk Hogan, but we all don't know the real Hulk Hogan. And the real Hulk Hogan may be the biggest mistake TNA has ever made in giving that power to. Look what happened the last time it happened. So please, do me a favor. Put it in the hands of someone that knows what they're doing with it. Or give it back to Dixie Carter. You know, by the way, let her fire Robert Roode and give the title to Jane Storm or do something. But to give the power to the real Hulk Hogan, there's no such thing as the real Hulk Hogan. I told you before what Hulk Hogan is. Hulk Hogan would rather sell a snakeskin's oil to some fool than to run a TNA organization. Really? Come on now, let's get real. So please, Sting, for one and only time, please do not give the power to the real Hulk Hogan, because there's no such thing as the real Hulk Hogan. Well, hope you enjoyed today's show. I'm glad I got that off my chest. Hopefully by next week I'll have more information about 1CW. Some stuff has been coming up as of late with Sean Hardy. Something big's going on right now. Something real big, something juicy is going to happen. Something very exciting with 1CW. Hopefully I'll have more information about that next week here on the Nitro Corner. And that's it for this edition of the Nitro Corner. Don't forget, beginning this Tuesday, it's the return of the booking sheet from Tuesday to Friday of this week. I will highlight the big matches at WrestleMania as WrestleMania week begins right here on the Nitro Corner. Until then, I'm Paul the Nitro Scour saying, so long everybody, we'll see you this Tuesday.